Got a great preview on all of the specials that we have happening. And this one is another fantastic monthly special on a highly, highly rated product for those of you who would like to improve your memory, your brain function. If you want to work on clarity, if you feel like you're in a fog most times, mental acuity, this is going to be the purchase for you. This has a 4.3 star rating, and it is natural support for a healthy brain, memory, and everything that you need. If you need to work on concentration, purity, potency, so much science behind it, and this is with acetyl L-carnitine. And Andrew is going to share more about what that is and why it is important. I want to show you our offer while we have it as our monthly special. So you can choose. The smallest option is the 30 capsules. We have 30, 60, 180 capsules, and then our largest is the 360 capsule. This first column will always be what our regular HSN price is. In the middle is the price if you're picking it up today, right now. And then on the end is how much you will be saving if you do scoop this up. As always, we have flex pay. We have free shipping on this as well for you, and with all of those options, this is one that after we hear from Andrew, I cannot wait to share some of the reviews with you. If you are like super busy, if you feel like you have too much going on in the day and you can't keep track, you have got to give these a try. Let's hear from Andrew about his special memory and brain with acetyl L-carnitine. Take a look.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman here, about to talk to you about another product, but I forgot what it is. Oh, Memory and Brain. Just kidding. But Memory and Brain, it's a formula. It's our most comprehensive formula for memory and brain. When we look at our brain, it's interesting how certain kinds of ingredients support our brain. Ingredients that support the synthesis of, say, neurotransmitters is very important because neurotransmitters are how our nervous system, our brain communicates. But also, ingredients that tend to focus on perfusion of the brain, on circulation to the brain. When I talked to my good friend Daniel Amen, which my mom and I just went down, had brain scans at Dr. Daniel Amen's office the other day for her birthday, which Daniel was kind enough to do that for us. But when I talked to Daniel about what really makes a healthy aging brain, and he'll talk about how, with all things being equal, and of course everyone's an individual and has different lifestyles and do different things, but he talks about perfusion of the brain. He talks about the brain and our ability to get blood and oxygen and nutrients to the brain and carry away waste products. What often comes up when we discuss that is exercise, that we really need to be active to support a healthy brain. And so when we're talking about perfusion, many of the ingredients in this product support healthy circulation to the brain. So we get that blood that's rich in oxygen and rich in nutrients, and we kind of force those things into our brain and carry away waste products. What's really fascinating about the brain is when we're young, the brain is a source of vulnerability. We're very active, so our brain is isolated up in our cranium, and its blood supply is quite isolated as well. There's something called the blood-brain barrier that we talk about that limits what kinds of molecules and substances actually have access to our brain. So when we're young and we're healthy and we're vital, our brain is okay as an isolated structure. But as we get older, our circulation gets a little sluggish. Really, in this country, we tend to get kind of sluggish. We're not very active, we're sedentary. So that perfusion of the brain, that circulation, that infusion of our brain with oxygen and nutrients, it's diminished, and much to the detriment of the health of our brain. So what we really want to do is we want to have a lifestyle and a diet that supports the perfusion of our brain. A heart-healthy diet is really a brain-healthy diet as well, because by keeping those blood vessels open and clear for our heart, those coronary arteries, we do the same for the blood vessels that nourish our brain. Staying active, obviously good for a healthy heart. Staying active forces that circulation up into our brain. So when we look at this product, when we look at ingredients like Ginkgo Biloba for memory, one of the things that Ginkgo does, Ginkgo acts as something that's a little bit of a blood thinner, reducing a little bit of platelet stickiness. So again, enhancing blood flow and circulation. Ginkgo also has direct impacts. And when we talk about Ginkgo, it has to be properly standardized for Ginkgo flavone glycosides and terpene lactones. So you have to make sure that your Ginkgo is properly standardized. Our product also has Bacopa. Our product also contains Huperzine. Our product has Acetyl L-carnitine, which is a critical starting material for both carnitine in terms of fat metabolism and energy metabolism in the brain, but also in terms of the synthesis of acetylcholine, which is the principal neurotransmitter in the brain. I can go on and on and on about the ingredients. We also have our specially standardized water-extracted ginseng, because not only is ginseng a great tonic for fatigue, but it's also been observed to be a great tonic for the brain and for brain function. As I said before, we talked about ginkgo and memory, Huperzine, Vinpocetine, Bacopa. You're looking at the most comprehensive product I make to support the health of the brain. We also have our standardized turmeric extract in here as well. So we literally throw out all the stops. Everything is in here to support a healthy brain, including 500 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine, basically like a standalone acetyl L-carnitine, also a full B-complex with our special form of methylfolate, our special form of methylcobalamin, B12. So you get all of that in the most effective, comprehensive memory and brain support product I make. It's not something we all like to think about, not something we all like to acknowledge, certainly. It doesn't warm the cockles of my heart to think about the fact that I'm aging. And with aging comes consequences. There's no escaping those consequences. What we can do is we can more gracefully, is what I like to think of, experience those consequences. I'm still active. I still run and bike and do the things I used to do. I don't do them nearly as fast as I did 30 years ago, but I still do them. And when it comes to thinking and processing information, I feel as though in that regard, I still think and process information as well as I did 30 years ago. And I look at videos that I do on products from 30 years ago, and I think they're no better than I do them today. So I think it's something that I'm experiencing. Yes, I owe my parents a great thank you for good genes, but also I'm doing everything I possibly can, and I discussed this with Dr. Daniel Amen the other day, everything I possibly can to preserve the gifts that we're given. We all need to do that. Whatever our health is, we could make it better. But making it better requires a little bit of an effort. And when it comes to a product like this, it's very little effort. It takes 5 seconds to swallow these capsules, and hopefully what they do is they do more than just deliver their simple benefits. Hopefully what they do is spur you to maybe be a little more active. Because as I said, Daniel Amen has probably looked at 150,000 or 200,000 brain scans. He has absolutely seen, and as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words, that it is crystal clear that the degree to which we stay active and we keep moving, which just might be walking around, that's the degree to which we allow the healthy circulation in our body to nourish our brain, oxygenate our brain, and carry away waste products. So yes, this is a simple and straightforward product that can make a profound difference. Hopefully it breathes life into all the other things you could do. Learn a foreign language, start playing a musical instrument or learn a musical instrument, read books. Don't listen to the news. He and I were just talking about the most toxic thing for the brain, listening to the news. Our world is a scary place right now. It's okay that we know what's going on in it, but we don't need to be drowning in it. So there are all sorts of choices we can make to have a healthier brain and a healthier life. And I hope this product is one.